Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to another episode of Cook with Brooke. Obviously, this is a holiday show, so we're glad that you're joining us. This show is not necessarily a cooking show. It's a show about what's cooking at the Air Force Enlisted Village. Although, just to kind of keep you off balance, we're actually going to cook on this episode. We're going to have Carrie Knife come on. She's going to share a special holiday recipe that she has. I think you're going to love it. We're very honored that she's going to join us today. Before we do, though, let me just give you a couple comments and give you a little bit of insight as to what's happening with Air Force Enlisted Village and COVID in particular, and more specifically, what we think is going to be happening with the vaccines. So you have certainly seen the numbers that have spiked up a little bit. The nation's again in the grip of a COVID surge. And we are at the point now to where we really have to take that extra measure of being careful. Wearing masks, washing your hands, keeping your social distance. And I know that's difficult during the holidays, but we are this close to starting on the way back to where we were before. So the vaccines are coming, but for right now, until those come, we have to maintain that same discipline that we've had before, and we've had to make sure that we're doing the right things and protecting not only ourselves, but also our neighbors when we're doing that. So please be careful. Please take care of yourselves, your neighbors, your family. Vaccines, you have certainly seen in the news because it's been everywhere, and that's fantastic news, by the way. What a phenomenal effort. The fact that you end up with a vaccine that was developed in less than a year, which in some cases I think has made people a little bit uneasy, the fact that they've developed this as quickly as they have. But if you do a little bit of research on it, there's a couple things that I'd like to point out. One, they've actually been working on this type of a vaccine for about 17 years. So this type of technology that they're using is a little bit different than anything they've tried before. So this is really the result of a long time in the development. In this case, it was specifically adapted for the COVID-19, but it is something that they've been working on for a long time. The other thing that I always like to point out for people that are a little bit concerned about that is just that, you know, can you imagine a more important issue that the world needed to solve? Not just a United States problem, not just a European problem, not just an Asian problem, but an entire global concern. And that's what COVID-19 was. And so you literally had the best and the brightest scientists from around the world come together, working on the same problem, and they had unlimited resources. Anything they asked for, time-wise, facility-wise, resource-wise, as far as financial support, was provided to them because it was that important. So when people maybe are a little bit uneasy about the time frame, I would say, you know, when else in your lifetime have you seen a global effort to solve a problem like this? And so I think it's a fantastic step for us. It is going to be the way that we move forward, and we as a nation and we as a world get back to where we were before. So I'm happy that it's coming. The state of Florida has received about 200,000 doses so far. There's more on the way. The Pfizer vaccine was the first one that was approved, and it has been deployed out into the state of Florida. Moderna has another vaccine that's been recently approved, and that one is on the way as well. The Pfizer vaccine is the one that was already provided within Florida, and about half of the 200,000, 180, 200,000, half of those doses went to the frontline healthcare workers in hospitals, and the other half of those are being provided to long-term care facilities. The Air Force Enlisted Village falls in that second category. We're in long-term care facilities. But within long-term care facilities, there's further breakdown of those categories. So skilled nursing is the highest risk. Assisted living is the next highest list. The next highest priority, and then the third is independent living. So we're going to be in the top tiers of individuals that are going to be getting the vaccine, but it's going to take a little bit of time. There's about 300,000 Florida residents that are living in skilled nursing facilities and assisted living facilities right now. So until those are taken care of, we won't get out to the independent living, but those are on the way. And I think between the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines, I think you're going to see those coming out in the very, very near future. So I would not try to put a specific time frame on it, but I will tell you that like everything else that we've seen so far, this is the top priority for our nation, is to get these vaccines out to the people that need them, that are at the most highest risks. So we look forward to getting that. That's going to help us to be able to return back to the lifestyle that we had before. It'll take a little while, even after you get the vaccine. And that right now it looks like there's going to be an initial dose followed by either a 3 or a 4 week separation depending on which one of the vaccines that you get. And then there'll be a second dose that will be provided. And then a couple weeks after that is when they think that you'll have the full immunity. So you're looking at, even if we started off on the 1st of January, you're really already looking at the middle of February before you realistically have the immunity to not catch the COVID virus. So it's going to take a little while, is what I'm telling you. So we're going to have to work our way through that. And in the meantime, we're going to continue to wear our masks. We're going to maintain the social distancing. We're going to continue to screen everybody that comes into the village. So we want to take care of you. We don't want to stop at the finish line. We want to get all the way through the finish line, finish strong. We've done a fantastic job as a community coming together, providing the mutual support that we need to keep people healthy and to protect our community. So let's not stop. So we are going to go over and we're going to do a look at some birthdays coming up, but I know that you would be sad if I didn't provide you with some jokes. So since it's winter, although not necessarily very cold here in Florida, I thought we should do some snowman jokes. So I would have to ask you, what is the snowman's favorite breakfast? Frosted Flakes, of course. And what do snowmen do when they're not feeling well? They take a chill pill. And one more, because it is a holiday edition. What do you call a snowman in July? A puddle. It's kind of sad. All right, folks, we're going to go take a look at birthdays. Stay tuned. We got Carrie Knife coming up after the break. Thank you. Hello everybody, welcome back and happy birthday again to our birthday babies. As mentioned before, this show is different. We are actually going to cook on Cook with Brooke. And we have the great pleasure of having Carrie Knife, our very own caterer extraordinaire that works at the Air Force Enlisted Village, and she is going to share a special recipe with us today.
We're going to do a holiday birthday casserole today, Brooke. The holiday breakfast casserole. The big stratas that we're used to for the holidays. Our holiday's been a little modified this year with 2020. So we're trying to be able to keep family traditions, but on a more realistic scale this year. So I've taken the large family size recipe and we've broken it down to just a smaller portion, so we're not stuck with 97 servings in our refrigerator.
Well, some of us like leftovers, so you can tell, but we appreciate the smaller sizes, and as you said, it's appropriate for a little bit different holiday, and many people are not going to have the large gatherings, so this is going to be fun. We really appreciate you coming on. So,
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Talk us through what we have.
Okay, so you can do this with any cooked meat. You can cook up some bacon. I'm using fully cooked sausage patties. You can cube up some ham. All you need is about half a cup to a third of a cup to a half a cup of a cooked meat, 4 eggs, little milk, cheese. You can make it ahead, put it in the refrigerator overnight. Wake up in the morning while you're making your coffee, pop it in the oven. It's ready when you are. It's pretty simple and easy. Just got 4 fully cooked sausage patties.
Right.
And you're just going to dice them up.
Oh, very good.
Just little pieces.
And then we're going to do the eggs.
And we're going to do the eggs. Do you want to crack the eggs into the bowl?
Sure.
Thank you. And there's just 4 large eggs.
And I used to work in a restaurant, so I do know how to do eggs with one hand. So.
All right. And I had taken some day-old bread, and we just cubed it up into 1-inch pieces.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use that in just a minute. Do you want to whisk those eggs up
Absolutely.
for me?
Oop. Trying not to make this too loud for you that are watching this on the screen.
Got a good rhythm going on. We use just a little pinch of salt and pepper and about a 1/4 cup of milk.
Mm-hmm.
You can give that just one more whisk for me.
Absolutely.
And at this point, we're just going to put our breadcrumbs in, bread cubes in, and we're just going to kind of stir it to combine.
Mm-hmm.
Get them all kind of happy in there.
Mm-hmm.
And once they're pretty well coated, then we'll drop our meat in and continue to mix that up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do about 1/3 cup of cheese total. That's about 1/4 there, and just any shredded cheese is great. You're going to reserve just a little bit back because you're going to want that in the topping at the end.
Oh.
And then once we get that all put together, you know I'm hiring, right? You're going to generously spray.
Well, based on my jokes, I may need a job, so we'll have to keep that in
I don't
mind.
think we're going to vote you off yet. All right.
All right.
This is just an 8x8 pan. You can use something a little smaller if you want it a little thicker. It just depends on what you've got handy.
And that's
we're
what
just
it looks
gonna
like.
pour that right
Yep.
in there. And now at this point, you can either bake it immediately or you can put it in the refrigerator overnight. Just cover it, let it just kind of sit and do its thing.
I like that you can prepare this overnight, and then in the morning you can just pull it up and have it available.
You don't have to worry about dishes again. All
Right.
you're going to have is this one little pan. So we can cover it and we can put it in the refrigerator. And then we're going to pop it in the oven in the morning at 350 for about 15-20 minutes until a knife inserted in the middle comes out clean. And we'll pop this in.
Yum. Well, that sounds good. So let's get this in the oven, and then I'll ask you
Thank you.
a little bit more about the holidays. So tell us a little bit about what you have coming up over Christmas.
Well, we're doing Christmas dinner for the residents. I think we're up to about 350, 360 people right now.
Wow.
We've got a beautiful dinner this year, sliced beef tenderloin. We've got shrimp cocktail, salad, Brussels sprouts, beets. It's going to be a really nice dinner for everybody.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. And now, what about for people that aren't going to have the opportunity to come enjoy this meal? What other kind of services do you provide? I know that you have your own catering business.
I do. Yep. We're doing quite a bit of drop-offs, catering drop-offs, staffed parties.
Right.
Anything else that we can do. I've got several people in the neighborhood that have pre-ordered some meals from us.
That's good. So they can just call you up and they can say, hey, Carrie, I've got 4 or 5 people coming over and we don't want to cook and we want to have all the fixings provided. How do they reach out to you? How do they get you?
They can call us on the office number, which is 850-376-1916.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. All right. Well, we're going to let this cook for a little bit. So we'll be back in just a second. And in the meantime, we're going to flip over and we're going to see what Carrie Knife has cooking in the week coming up on the menu. Thank you very much. Carrie, I smell something good. What is in that oven?
Well, I happen to have made breakfast.
All right.
So, let's see what we've got.
Ooh. Wow.
All right.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
Set up really nice.
Not only does it smell good, it looks good too. I can't wait to taste it.
Make sure it's set in the middle. Yep, we've got a clean knife. And at this point, we're just going to top it with a little bit of green onion. Make it a little cute and festive.
Yes. And we save back a little bit of cheese on there too, right?
Yep, there's a little bit of cheese we
That's
added
good.
right before it pulled out.
Yep.
And we're just going to give it a little bit of a sprinkle.
That looks great.
And if you're ready for breakfast, I am.
I'm ready for breakfast. This sounds
All
wonderful.
right.
I should have made some coffee too, but I didn't. Darn it. And this is serves 2 people, but you might have leftovers anyway from the looks of
There
it.
you go.
So that's good. So we're going to get a couple of plates here.
Alrighty. And I've got a piece for you.
Oh, that looks wonderful.
There you go.
All right.
All right, and then you want to get all cute and festive. It
Fancy.
is Christmas.
Yes.
We'll give it a little greenery.
Look
And
at
there you have
that.
it.
That looks fantastic. All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing this recipe with us. I can't wait to eat it. I'm not going to eat it on camera just because I don't want to embarrass myself as I eat all this so quickly. But we do want to thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing this fantastic recipe.
Thanks for having me.
A little bit about what's happening with you and the operation over there. So we're going to cut off now. We're going to go over and we're going to take a look at our referral program, which is a program we've had going on for a couple months now. It's where you get to help us pick the next residents coming into the Air Force Enlisted Village. So Carrie, thank you again for joining us on
Thanks
this.
for having me.
And I look forward to that Christmas meal and helping to provide that to the residents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
This has been a fun show. A little different because we actually cooked. I know that that's kind of our tagline, but we had to take a little bit of a break for the holidays, and what a treat it was to have Carrie on and sharing her breakfast casserole recipe. That recipe, by the way, is going to be posted up so that you can see exactly what those ingredients are. But I will tell you, I had a little bit of it when we went off scene, and it's fantastic. So you will definitely enjoy it. We certainly want to thank everybody for joining us today. Just to remind you of a couple of things going on. You know, the scams for gift cards are still out there. Please be careful with that. If you have anybody contact you, whether you think it's a grandchild or a relative or somebody that says, hey, please go buy gift cards, please ask us about it first. Ask Bobby Joe, ask Terry, ask Vern or Renee, myself, really anybody from the staff will be able to help you out. And just to make sure that you're not getting pulled into something that isn't legitimate. So again, please be careful with that. We are going to wrap up. This is our last show in 2020. What a crazy year it's been, 2020. But we're going to come back in 2021, and we look forward to having some more episodes, sharing a little bit more about what's cooking around the Air Force Enlisted Village. And in the meantime, we hope you have a wonderful Christmas, a blessed New Year, a wonderful celebration. Be careful, as always. You know, make sure that you wear your mask. Make sure that you're keeping your social distance. Wash your hands. Cover your cough. We've been talking about this for about a year now, and I'll tell you, it's working. You know it's working, and we're doing the right things. So don't stop now. We're very close to the end with the vaccinations coming down the road. So please be careful. Take care of one another. God bless you all. Again, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and look forward to seeing you in 2021.